Young Barron was born into riches. By the time his formative years have passed, he will most likely have acquired a world-class education, exposure, and connections to some of the Earth's most influential people, traveled to the most luxurious regions in the world, and a sizable bank account. All in all, it would seem like a pretty good deal, considering most of us will never have the opportunities that will be lavished upon him. But beyond all that, he doesn't have a good father. In a truly captivating revelation that has recently emerged from an obscure interview, it has shed new light on the former President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his somewhat unique approach to fatherhood. This long-forgotten interview offers a fascinating glimpse into Trump's distinctive parenting style, particularly when it came to the momentous occasion of his youngest son, Barron's birth. The interview transports us back to the year 2006, a time when Melania Trump, his wife, was eagerly anticipating the arrival of their precious child. Melania graciously shared intimate insights into her pregnancy and the excitement surrounding the impending birth of their bundle of joy. Melania recounted how she carefully chose the perfect moment to break the news to Trump back in the preceding August. She described the scene, one can only imagine, as a heartwarming moment filled with anticipation and joy. She left him in a state of pleasant surprise, as any expectant father would be when told that he was going to become a parent once more. However, Trump, then aged 59, remembered these events through a slightly different lens. He asserted that he wasn't entirely caught off guard by Melania's announcement, but rather experienced a mild sense of astonishment at the swiftness with which everything had unfolded. In a revealing interview with People nearly 2 decades ago, Donald and Melania Trump provided insights into their dynamic as a couple and their approach to impending parenthood. Despite their shared delight in attending movie screenings and spending quality time together, they emphasized their individuality and independence as well. Melania, in particular, was busily preparing for the arrival of their newborn, while her husband, ever the busy entrepreneur, immersed himself in various other endeavors to keep his mind occupied. During this candid interview, Melania expressed unwavering confidence in Donald's ability to be a commendable father, despite his admission that he did not plan to adopt a hands-on approach to fatherhood. This was a fact that Melania wholeheartedly accepted almost 20 years ago, as she remarked, "I do not anticipate him strolling down Fifth Avenue with a pram." Their roles within the family seemed to be clearly defined, with Melania preparing to take on the primary caregiving responsibilities, while Donald continued to focus on his business pursuits. One of the intriguing aspects revealed during the interview was the couple's decision to keep the gender of their impending addition a closely guarded secret until the auspicious day arrived. This choice added an element of excitement and anticipation to their journey into parenthood. Melania wisely enlisted the services of a full-time nanny to assist with the care of Barron, as she harbored aspirations of resuming her illustrious career in the realm of modeling. Perhaps one of the most notable revelations from the interview was the understanding the couple had reached regarding Donald's presence during the birth. He openly expressed, "I believe it would be more comforting for Melania if I am not present." Donald Trump's approach to diaper duty was a topic of interest when Barron Trump, his 5th child, came into the world. By that time, Donald was already a seasoned father, having raised 4 children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump, and Tiffany Trump. One might expect that with so much experience, he would be a pro at changing diapers, but that wasn't the case. In a candid interview with the New York Post in 2006, Donald made it clear that he had no intention of taking on diaper-changing responsibilities. He remarked, "I would never ask to change him." However, it seems he was quick to clarify that his reluctance didn't stem from being a neglectful father. Instead, he offered a somewhat amusing explanation, stating, "I would love to change him, but Melania probably wouldn't let me. I'd just do it wrong." This comment reportedly earned him a scowl from Melania, who seemed less than amused by his response. Donald Trump's stance on changing diapers and his traditional views on gender roles in parenting have been the subject of scrutiny, as revealed in interviews from the mid-2000s. In a candid exchange with Anthony Cumia on The Opie and Anthony Show in November 2005, the then 59-year-old businessman left no room for ambiguity when asked if he changed diapers, replying with a straightforward, "No, I don't do that." He went on to express his belief that some women expect their husbands to take on traditionally maternal roles, saying, "There's a lot of women out there that demand that the husband act like the wife, and there's a lot of husbands that listen to that." Trump humorously added that had he been married to a different type of woman, he might not have had a baby, emphasizing that diaper changing was not his thing. This interview, among others, paints a picture of a man with a deeply traditional view of gender roles in the context of raising a family. These views would later become a target of criticism from anti-Trump groups. One of his comments from a 2005 Howard Stern interview even made its way into an ad from the super PAC, Our Principles, where he remarked, I won't do anything to take care of them. I'll supply funds and she'll take care of the kids. It's not like I'm going to be walking the kids down Central Park." In his interviews, Trump consistently highlighted his belief that his role as a father was primarily financial, stating, "Melania is a wonderful mother. She takes care of the baby, and I pay all of the costs." Even when asked about his more recent experiences as a father, as in 2007 when questioned by Stern about staying home with his infant son Barron, Trump admitted that hands-on parenting had never been his thing. Donald Trump's parenting approach with his children has been a topic of interest and discussion over the years, shedding light on his style as a father. While he displayed moments of pride and affection in public, such as hoisting baby Barron Trump up in the air during his Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony in 2007, it appears that behind the scenes, his parenting style was different, especially when his children were younger. In a revealing interview on The Howard Stern Show, Donald admitted that he was less inclined to interact with his children when the cameras were not around, particularly when they were in their infancy. He recounted a humorous exchange with his ex-wife, Marla Maples, who had confronted him about his reluctance to take their daughter, Tiffany Trump, on walks as a baby. Donald's response was characteristic of his candid and often humorous demeanor, as he quipped, "Right, I'm going to be walking down Fifth Avenue with a baby in a carriage. It just didn't work." Maples later expressed that she felt like a single parent during that period. Donald Trump's parenting dynamic with his three oldest children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump, also provides insight into his approach. These children were born to his late ex-wife, Ivana Trump. In a 2006 interview with the New York Times, Eric revealed that Donald wasn't deeply involved in their day-to-day upbringing. Eric candidly stated, "In a way, Don Jr. raised me. My father, I love and I appreciate, but he always worked 24 hours a day." Ivana Trump herself confirmed this dynamic in a 2016 interview with the Daily Front Row. She explained that she had taken on the primary responsibility for raising their children when they were younger. Ivana recalled that when their children had reached the age of 21 and were out of university, she handed over the reins to Donald, telling him, "This is the final product. Now it's your job." The way Donald Trump has publicly referred to his family members, particularly his wife Melania and some of his children, has indeed raised eyebrows and led to speculation about his relationships within the family. One notable instance that garnered attention occurred in mid-September 2019 when he referred to Barron as Melania's son, without acknowledging his own paternity, which seemed to lack a deep paternal connection. Another incident that comes to mind is when Trump inadvertently referred to Melania as "it" multiple times in May 2019. This choice of words struck many as a Freudian slip, suggesting a somewhat impersonal or objectifying view of his wife. Moreover, a misspelled tweet welcoming Melania back from the hospital, where her name was spelled as Melanie and left uncorrected for almost 6 hours, added to the perception that Trump might not always pay meticulous attention to details. Perhaps one of the most contentious aspects of Trump's relationships within his family is his treatment of his youngest daughter, Tiffany Trump, whom he had with his second wife, Marla Maples. There have been reports of Trump showing disregard or contempt for Tiffany, which became public when Trump's personal secretary made indiscreet remarks about her during a gathering with journalists in early September 2019. The stark contrast in Trump's attitude towards his children, particularly those he had with Ivana, his first wife, has not gone unnoticed. It has led some to speculate that he may prioritize his first family over subsequent ones or consider them as not fully integrated into the Trump family circle. The language and manner in which he refers to his non-Ivana offspring have fueled speculation about his relationships with them and the dynamics within his family. Despite his candid remarks about his approach to parenting, Trump's 5 children from various marriages have been highly visible supporters of his presidential bids and have publicly praised him as a parent. The reasons behind Trump's public language and demeanor towards certain family members remain a matter of conjecture, as only he truly knows the motivations and sentiments that underlie his public statements and actions. Nevertheless, these incidents have been scrutinized and discussed in the public domain, contributing to the complex tapestry of opinions surrounding the former president and his family relationships. Donald Trump's parenting style has often been characterized as distant and hands-off during his children's upbringing, and his relationship with his youngest child, 17-year-old Barron, has attracted its fair share of speculation. However, there was a brief and touching moment that provided a glimpse of tenderness between Trump and his teenage son. This heartwarming encounter occurred outside an Episcopal church in Palm Beach, where they attended the funeral of Melania, Trump's mother-in-law and Barron's grandmother. During the somber occasion, Barron made a gesture towards his 77-year-old father. He appeared to reach out, either to pat Trump's back or to take his arm. In the photograph capturing this moment, Trump seemed to convey a sense of sadness, vulnerability, or loss. Barron, towering over his father at 6'7", seemed to be offering some form of support or comfort, even if only for the fleeting moment they were together. It's worth noting that Donald Trump has a great deal on his plate, as he was in the midst of running for president again and had emerged as the GOP frontrunner at the time. Additionally, he was facing legal challenges in various criminal and civil trials across multiple jurisdictions. In light of these demanding circumstances, his presence at his mother-in-law's funeral in Palm Beach, where he stood by the side of his wife, Melania Trump, was particularly notable. Amalia Knavs had passed away on January 9th at the age of 78, following an undisclosed illness. Just prior to the funeral, Trump had been in New York City for his defamation trial with writer E. Jean Carroll. He expressed frustration when the judge overseeing the trial, Lewis Kaplan, refused to delay the proceedings by a day to allow him to attend his mother-in-law's funeral. Trump criticized the judge's decision, expressing his disappointment that the trial couldn't be postponed, especially given the circumstances. He had hoped to be present for the entirety of the trial, but found that the judge's decision made that impossible. Trump also expressed his dissatisfaction with Judge Kaplan, labeling him as nasty and a radical Trump hater during a press conference. During the funeral held on Thursday, Donald Trump appeared to set aside his usual anger and desire to be the center of attention. Instead, he wore a solemn expression and allowed Melania Trump to take the lead in conducting the proceedings. As they entered the Episcopal Church of Bethesda by the Sea in Palm Beach, not far from his Mar-a-Lago estate, he walked beside her, her father Victor Knavs, and Barron. In her heartfelt eulogy, Melania Trump, who hails from Slovenia, paid a touching tribute to her late mother, acknowledging her nurturing spirit and unparalleled affection. She described her mother as the embodiment of the best qualities of a mother, wife, grandmother, and mother-in-law, a true source of love and opulence in their lives. Melania went on to express how her mother had served as a role model and inspiration for her and countless others. During his victory speech at the Iowa caucuses, Trump also took a moment to pay tribute to Amalia Knavs, Melania's mother, saying, "She's up there, way up there, she's looking down and she's so proud of us. And I just want to say to Amalia, you are special, one of the most special people I've ever known." The funeral was attended by Trump's adult children from his previous 2 marriages, showing their support for Melania Trump and her family during this difficult time. Daughters Ivanka Trump and Tiffany Trump, along with their husbands Jared Kushner and Michael Boulos, were present, as were Trump's sons, Don Jr. and Eric, accompanied by their partners Kimberly Guilfoyle and Lara Trump. Melania Trump's parents, Amalia and Victor Knavs, initially remained in their home country, Slovenia. When Melania moved to New York City in 1996 to pursue her modeling career. Even after her marriage to Donald Trump in 2005, they continued to reside in Slovenia. It was only when Trump assumed the presidency that they relocated to the United States. Melania sponsored their bid for citizenship, which was successfully granted in 2018. Following Trump's loss in the 2020 presidential election to Joe Biden, he, Melania, and Barron relocated to Mar-a-Lago. At this luxurious resort, Amalia and Victor Knavs joined them, enjoying a well-deserved retirement and spending significant quality time with their daughter and grandson. Since leaving the White House and his real estate business behind, Trump has reportedly been able to devote more time to his youngest son, Barron. In a 2015 interview with People, Melania Trump acknowledged that she had taken on a more hands-on parenting role during her husband's first presidential campaign. However, free from the responsibilities of running the country or his business empire at Mar-a-Lago, Trump has found opportunities to bond with his son. They engage in activities like playing golf together or sharing one-on-one dinners. Melania Trump has spoken about the strong bond between father and son, describing the beautiful respect and admiration that exists between them. She also mentioned Barron's natural athleticism and height, which fills Trump with pride. At a 2020 campaign rally, Trump publicly praised his son, referring to him as "my Barron, my tall Barron, my beautiful Barron, handsome. He is handsome." And that's all for today's video. If you found it interesting, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel to support us. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.